is Syifa Alia Balqis, and I'm with my members team, namely Andhien, Rachmy, Febriyanti, Banavsa, Puan, Lira, Fathimah, Zhafirah, Abubakar, Rizka, Nurul, Aulia, and Wina Apriyanti. And we are from Group 7 from IB10 class of International Human Resource Management. And at this opportunity, we would like to share one of the issues in international human resource management, which is cultural differences cause professional misunderstanding. First of all, culture can be understood as a way of life of a group of people, their behavior, belief, values, and symbol that they accept generally without thinking about them, and that are passed along by communication and imitation from one generation to the next. So basically, culture is symbolic communication. It is very easy to find these cultural differences between group of people, whether it's language differences, for example, ethnic differences, and so on. Just a small example, if we look at the number of tribes in Indonesia, which is more than 1,340 tribes is Indonesia alone, then how about if we look at the international realm? It will be a lot. So as multinational companies, they will have workforce composed of people from different geographical, religious, linguistic, political, and economic background. Culture differences are more prominent than similarities. Organizations need to take these differences into consideration in their managerial activities. That's all for me. It will be continued by my partner. The place is yours. Thank you.
Okay, next is the advantage of cultural differentiation in multinational company. There are many advantages that you can get from cultural differentiation in multinational company. First is increase the creativity and become more innovative. Having employees from various backgrounds, skill, and experience mean they have different and varied perspectives to solve the same problems. With this various perspective, it will increase the company innovation. Second is boost productivity. Working with different team culture is harder. Working with different cultures in a team will stretch people beyond their limits and lead them to healthy competition, so the employees will show their best performance of their productive self. Three is have various perspective. Different culture in multinational company will have varying perspective to solve the company problems. It means the company has many options to choose to solve their problems. And fourth is more adaptable. Company with various culture employees will be more adaptable because having more diverse team means having a more comprehensive range of skill and idea. It will lead the business to be more adaptable. And five is have full language skill. Different cultures and different language skill can improve the effectiveness and efficiency of employees. This help the business possible to weather their business area.
Cultural differentiation are challenges to cross-cultural communication within a company. When people from different cultures who might speak different languages, have different cultural beliefs, or use different gestures and symbols to communicate, their cultural differences might become barrier to workplace success. This happens because of a lack of cultural awareness, knowledge, and communication. Various cultural differences can interfere with productivity or cause conflict among employees. These differences might impact for better or worse a variety of areas such as verbal and nonverbal communication, decision making, leadership approaches, human resource management, work relationship, learning paths, among other areas. Besides that, cultural differentiation can impact the level of satisfaction, commitment, confidence, discrimination, and conflict that would exist in a company. The result of such complexity could lead not just to poor communication, but also to deviation in behavior, poor performance, unclear objectives, strategy changes, turnover, and overall project complication.
There are several ways to overcome cultural difference that can cause professional misunderstanding. Number one is mutual respect for other cultures. Mutual respect for other cultures can also be referred to as tolerance. This attitude urgently needs to be applied in various environments, especially in the place of work. When entering the world of business, the attitude of mutuality is very important to every. Because in the work we meet many people with different cultures and everyone in the company has different characteristics and backgrounds. For this reason, an example of the best attitude in appreciating cultural difference in the work is to be polite. If this attitude is applied from superiors to employees, then whatever difference you have will not be felt. Number two is trying to learn another culture. Learning about cultural diversity in the work environment is important. The benefit in learning cultural diversity are to know what are the specialties and backgrounds of teammates so as to strengthen the relationship. Having a different backgrounds make a lot of ideas that arise. So with diversity of culture that we learn can provide an opportunity to solve problems with solution and perspective that are wider and different to the world. Number three is not denouncing intercultural difference. The attitude not to denounce difference between cultures can be done by respecting the opinions of the cultures. Makes friends with different cultures. One powerful way to make with a sense of appreciation is to make friendship or bonds with different cultures. In other words, identify ourselves as someone who values culture and doesn't denounce people from different cultures. Apply this principle especially in the work environment.
I will explain about the company called Altamy Associates. Altamy Associates is a private firm established in the UK, specializing in leadership and management training for companies in the manufacturing, retail, and public sectors. To sustain their growth and profitability, the owners need to expand their business internationally, concentrating on BRIC, Brazil, Russia, India, and China. The company that decide to venture into these countries will meet unique cultural differences. There are several potential that HR needs to be managed carefully. First, Brazil. Because performance management is undesirable in this culture, managing talent through it requires a different method. Russia. Issues of flexibility, engagement, and performance are critical to success. India. For a number of reasons, senior management recruitment is extremely difficult. Senior managers have much more education and experience than junior managers. China, a high-context country, cultures that are usually relational and collectivist, most highlight interpersonal relationship. And how to solve these problems that the company might face? The first one, cross-cultural training of HR personnel and vital employees to understand the host country's culture. And the second one, acknowledging cultural differences and different reward procedures in different countries.
For the conclusion, part 1. Some examples of cultural difference as they pertain to the workplace include employees who are younger or older than their CEO workers, employees who hold higher degrees than others in the workplace, and individuals who grew up in either metropolitan area or small town. Part 2. There are several advantages of cultural difference in a company, namely increase creativity, in become more innovative, boost productivity, have various perspectives, solve problems faster, more adaptable, reduce employee turnover, and helpful learning skill. And part 3. So, cultural difference might become barriers to workplace success. This happens because of lack of cultural awareness, knowledge, and communication. Various cultural differences can interfere with productivity or cause conflict among employees. Next, part 4. As cultural difference can cause professional misunderstanding, there are several ways to overcome it, namely as follows. Mutual respect cultural difference. In the end, in order for successful operation, companies must engage in bonding with the new environment by knowing the cultural complexity of the host country.
That's all.
For our group,
Thank you
For watching.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.